Yo, welcome
Yo,
everybody to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandes and Mike Gaffney. Trying to share this shit to social medias and nothing ever works as fast as you want. The internet
yeah.
works so slow when I'm trying to do something with a clock running.
hmm
It's like the page just loads slow. It's like, fuck
Yeah, I
me.
just tried. I just shared, and I was like, I wanted it. Come on, come on. It took forever.
Yeah, it's probably because
It,
Facebook's like, it's got a YouTube address, so fuck you. It's going to
yeah,
go slow.
we got to find a place to hide this.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's look for a place to bury this so no one sees it. It's YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good to be back. 2 weeks off. We have Mikey Covids joining us back.
You didn't do what do you call it? An episode without me?
No, we were gonna, but then I was tired, and I was like, I don't
Okay.
know, you know.
I thought a couple weeks ago you said you were doing it with Ritu.
I was going to, and then
Got it.
I didn't, and then
That's simple.
and that's that. I was like, so what? I was like, if there's any reason to be off, is like because Mike is home, recovering from a pandemic illness. Did you make it a full year without getting it, or did you just get under a year?
I think I went right at the year mark.
Is your year anniversary? You're like, fuck it, I'm getting this shit.
It's so crazy because I got my results back less than 20 hours before I was scheduled for my first vaccine shot.
Oh my god.
How insane is that? It's like, and I knew it, man. It's so fucking weird. The week leading up to before my shot, I kept saying, man, I'm going to get this thing. I'm at the finish line and I'm going to get this thing. And
Yeah.
Friday, was it the 15th? Or no, the 12th. Friday the 12th, I was working and I was a busy day. Like I got a lot of deliveries. I was in my car for like 12, 13 hours. But my body, I was in so much uncomfortable pain as I was driving. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just because you've been in the car, for a long time, your body. But that shit started, like I hit the road around 10 o'clock in the morning. By 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my body was like, oh, get out of the car and I'll just get home. And I was like, I got another 10 hours before we get to go home, body. So hold out. I don't know what's going on with you, but you got to get me to 11 o'clock tonight because I'm working. So my skin, like I couldn't sit all the way back in my car because it felt raw. Like my back felt raw. And I was like, oh, is it the shirt? That like maybe the shirt just – so I pulled the shirt up and I had my shirt up underneath my armpits and like laid back on my skin on my back on my car seat. And that like soothed me.
Mm-hmm.
My hips, my calves, my knees. I could not sit still. Dude, I never felt that physically bad before. And all I kept chalking it up is I guess it's driving. And I'm coughing. I'm starting to cough. And I'm sucking on cough drops. I can't shake the cough. And then around 8 o'clock, I start to feel like a feverish chilly.
Yeah.
I'm still working, though. You know what I mean? And by 11 o'clock, I got home, and I was like, I could not hold my body up anymore. And I took my temperature, and it was 100.7. And whenever I take my temperature, I'm barely alive. It's like normally 96 and a half.
I'm
It's
usually
like
65.6.
yeah,
Freezing.
very low. I'm always like if I was a really sound sleeper, you would think I'm dead. Like
Yeah,
he's
you're so
fucking-
low. Your doctor's like, I may need you to get a virus just to get this up a little bit. You're just so low.
Exactly.
I never asked someone to go get COVID-19.
But if you
Never.
can do me,
This is a
not
first.
wear a mask
We're
for a
all
couple
going.
of-
We're all going through this pandemic. Things are changing day to day. I never seen someone with such a low temperature. Just go, like, if you see somebody coughing, just go, like, bite the air by them, something. Just,
Yeah, so I was like that night. I was miserable. I took a shower. I almost fell over. I never felt like that.
so you went from just, like, good to almost falling over?
Out to drive, I go out in the morning. I cover this route. So I leave the house at 10. I cover this route, and at the end of the route, around 11:30, about 12:30, the dispatcher calls like, "Yo, I got sweet work for you, man. It's a lot of work." So I go and I'm like, "Oh, awesome! It's gonna get me busy. I'm loving it." I was psyched. I was feeling great. I had a little cough, but I had smoked a cigar Thursday, like a dry old cigar, and I had not smoked really in a few months. So a lot of times, if I wait like 6 months before I smoke again, I'll have like a like a cough the next day.
Yeah.
So I just chalked it to that cough. I did not feel sick. I just had that like annoying cough. But by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bro, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro? Fuck, my body's killing me here." And then by the end of the night, I was like, I felt it. I just felt like, when you're sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no, I don't feel good."
Like aches and shit. And
Oh, my body felt like it was raked over like glass, man. Dude, my joints, my calves, my hip. I couldn't sit or stand, nothing, dude. I was just so much pain. I took a shower and I came and laid down, but I wasn't tired like that. I wasn't tired. I was just laying in bed and I started to get the chills and the fever was like a 100.7 or 9 in that area. So I took Tylenol and then I took a big like towel, soaked it in water and threw the towel over like my head and like laid like onto my shoulders and fell asleep. And I remember waking up around 3 a.m, freezing, like chills, my body just one big goosebump.
ugh.
And then the next day I woke up that Saturday morning and I felt no fever and I was just like tired. And I went to go get a COVID test. And by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday night, the fever came back. I was coughing. And then Saturday night to Sunday morning, I woke up like I was on fire, man. Like I was on fire. I didn't check my temperature because I didn't want to get scared. I'm like, but I am on fire. So I went and took that towel, soaked it, put it in the freezer for like 3 minutes, took it out and just threw it on my body and passed out with this towel on my body. And when I woke up Sunday morning, my temperature was normal. And then Sunday afternoon, it went back up to like 100.2, like, not like 100.2, 100.3. And then by Sunday night, Monday morning, my fever was gone. I never had another fever. The chills were gone and the cough lingered for another week. And then it went from my chest up to my head, and it was like a severe drag ass sinus infection. Just you ever get like a really bad sinus infection?
Yeah.
And all you want to do is sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like night. I want bed all the time. I couldn't wake up. It was like draining. My nose was always running and into my throat. And then about 6 days ago, 5-6 days ago, it kind of all went away, and I've been pretty good for the last 5 days.
And you're all COVID free? You got tested?
I had to get tested again because the county called me up to do contact tracing. And when I asked him, I said, when do I go back, to get another test? And he's like, we don't recommend, the CDC, nobody recommends getting a test to be negative because it might not come back negative.
Right.
What doesn't mean, though, you're contagious or the guidelines are, quarantine for 14 days. So once you do that, you are good to go. You're not going to give it to anybody.
That's good.
So I'm like, all right. So I haven't gone for it. I'm going to go. I might go tomorrow just for sound of mind, like just a peace of mind for them to say you're negative. It's going to be like, oh, good.
Yeah, why not? I got one last week at CVS. I had the results the next day. It was like a drive up.
Yeah, the one that's like outside, like a little booth.
No, you drive up almost like you're getting like your prescriptions.
Oh, okay.
They put the drawer out with a bag with all the stuff. She talks you through it. You swab your nose. You seal it. Put it in a box that's outside, some metal box.
Okay.
And then they text you because I was around Joe Conti who had it. I was hiking with him. Then he tested positive. Right. And my stupid hypochondria, when I hear that, I'm like, I better get tested now.
Right.
So then,
no, I don't blame you.
I find one close to me that has an opening. Boom, I take it. And I'm like, I'm getting lightheaded. I think I read this was like a sign. Dude, I was dizzy the whole ride there. Just like I can't believe it's hitting me now while I'm driving. This is dangerous. And I mentally had COVID-19 for like a good half hour. Because once I swabbed my nose and put it in, I was like,
yeah,
all right, God, I feel better now.
oh.
I think I swabbed it out and threw it in there.
Yeah. I think I have it, but get rid of that.
There it is. I think. But it was great having the negative because you get the email. It's like, here's your results. You got to click it, then you got to sign in.
Yes, with your birthday.
Yeah, and then you scroll.
Yes. Same thing with this place that I went to. It was like a pharmacy in Patterson, and I did it. He goes, it could take up to 48 hours, but you'll probably get it tomorrow. And I did. Sunday morning, I got a text and an email, went in, signed in, and positive. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I know, because you've been careful. Man. So you have any clue on where you may have gotten it?
There's only 3 occasions that people were close to me. One without a mask, and the other 2 with masks, but prolonged periods real close. My dentist was right up in my mouth with her, Now they take precautions, but this dentist was telling me about her husband had it and somebody else. So she was talking about it. Mm-hmm. And then that was a week and a half before I started getting sick. But the week I got sick, my hairdresser was right up on me. She had a mask on, and she's very cautious. And then I went to my mom's house the same day on Tuesday, and nobody had a mask on there. And my niece came over, and she got right close to me to show me something on her phone. And they're kids, man. They don't care.
Nah.
They don't think about it. Nah. So that's the closest person to me. No one else.
That's probably it. Okay. I would gather maybe the young kids without the mask.
Now, the place I kind of get this vibe from, there's a gas station in Hoboken, and I go to Hoboken every night for work, and I stop at this gas station, and I'll go to the bathroom. It's like a routine. I go to the bathroom, grab an iced tea, grab a couple of cheese sticks, and then back to work. You know what I'm saying? In that place, it's like these Russian, Polish guys. If their mask is around his ball sack, it's as close as it gets to his face.
All the gas station guys are just like...
No, the gas station guys are fine.
Yeah.
The guys pumping gas, they have their masks on.
Oh, okay.
It's the fucking guy inside in the store.
Yeah.
What are you seeing all the freezing?
No, it's good on this end.
Okay, because it's not on this end at all.
Yeah, I talked to the company that makes this program, and they said, there's nothing we can do about your end as long as it's all good on this end.
Okay.
It's just internet.
So, anyway, these guys, there's like 2 of them that walk around with their mask down, talking on the phone, and I just feel like they're not cautious.
Yeah. What would make you think that?
And I just feel like if I got it anywhere, it's there.
Yeah.
If I got it from anybody, it's there. Because everyone else I get is like very,
Those guys probably, because, like the stores of gas stations aren't like high traffic areas. So yeah. It's probably a long time where there's nobody in there. So they're probably like mask down.
No.
And then maybe they forget.
This place is hopping. It's right next to the Lincoln Tunnel, dude. It's people in and out of that fucking thing.
Okay.
And the place is very busy. It's it's a big mart. You know what I mean? Like it's got like a sandwich shop inside. It's big. It's and like yesterday. Was it yesterday? I went back to work yesterday. I did some work yesterday just to get out. And I went there. And as I park, I pull up right in front of the glass, and the one guy that I'm talking about is leaning. There's stacks of soda, like in the window looking out. He's leaning on it, mask down, phone on fucking speaker. It's like, nah, I know you're gonna be good. And I pull right up. And I look at him like this, and he looks at me, and I'm like, you're a fucking moron. You're a moron. You're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And this is a guy. He's around sandwiches, around all the stuff. He probably puts the cheese sticks out that I'm fucking biting into like an asshole.
People, yeah, I see people who just go like, I'll be in Quick Check, like getting a coffee online, and you see someone come in without a mask. Mm-hmm. And like everyone looks at them, and then they put their shirt up like this.
Yeah, fucking losers, man. I'm sorry. You're a piece of shit. Now, there's a 7-Eleven So on the way from my job to home, and I stopped last night, and there's this young kid. He's probably, let's say he's about 20 years old, beard, and he always has his fucking mask down. And he stands there. Now there's a spit guard over here, but when you walk in, this part of the counter, no spit guard. So you walk in, it's him, no spit guard, just a spit guard in front. So when I walk in, every time I walk in, I have my mask on, and he goes, "How's it going?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right." That's how I answer him. And then he realizes, pull the mask up. I don't have any time for you with your fucking mask down. And he's like, "How's it going?" But every time he's like, "How you doing, buddy?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And then he goes, it clicks for him. Oh, yeah, I better put that up. I just don't get it, man.
Nah, I went and picked up my birthday dinner at this place, Nona's, this Italian joint.
Yeah.
And like the pizza guy's got it here. The owner's on the phone with it here.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's got it everywhere, but here and here. It's like over here, up here, down. It's like, oh yeah, I can't breathe in it. I know, that's why it works.
Oh, I hate them people. If I was gonna have a hot corner today, that would be what I would be yapping about.
All right, I'll get the logo ready. Okay, you ready? It's an early Mike's hot corner. Let's do the graphic. If it plays. Right. Okay. So far, not good.
All right. This hot corner is it's over a year old what we're doing here with the pandemic, and it's just I cannot believe people are still anti-mask or the flu. I mean, I can't believe the fucking phrase "it's like the flu" still comes out of you piece of shit garbage human mouths. I can't believe that it still comes out of your fucking mouth. It's like the flu. The flu's out. People die from the flu. I am 51 years old. I have never in my fucking life had anyone die of the flu, ever. I don't even have a friend whose family died of the flu. I don't have a friend who has a friend whose family died of the flu. No one in my 51 motherfucking years has ever died from the flu. Fuck you, you fucking retard. It's not the same as the flu. You know why it's different? Because it spreads like wildfire. And I'm going to give you a fucking example. My daughter and her boyfriend. He lives in Long Island. She stays with him over in Long Island. He lives with his family. There's 2 or 3, 4 other people at the house, my daughter and her boyfriend. So say 6 people at the house. One of his aunts takes care of an elderly couple. She goes over there. There's nurses that take care. She's one of the nurses that take care of the elderly couple. The elderly couple has children. They're in their 40s or 50s. They're a little lackadaisical when it comes to the COVID. They're like you, the flu. They wear the mask. They do some things. They don't really give a fuck. But they do, but they don't. It's like those kind of people. Hey, you know it is whatever. Okay, they came home with COVID. They didn't know it. They gave it to the nurse, my daughter's boyfriend's aunt. She didn't know she had it. Came home and brought it to the whole house. Everyone got sick, okay? So you say everyone got sick. You know it is. It's the fucking flu. People catch the flu. Well, in those 6 people who got sick, 2 of them died. My daughter's boyfriend's father and my daughter's boyfriend's aunt. Both died because people, it is what it is. You know, we're cautious, but we're not that cautious. Like, they're not total anti-reality, but they're close enough. They're not pieces of shit like I'm talking about you people who fucking refuse to fucking believe it's a thing. They're not like that, but they let their guard down. It's not that big. They're not that cautious. And they brought it home, and people and people died. People died, okay? That's not the flu. That's not so I had it. Where did I get it from? I don't know. I'm guessing my niece. That's the only person I can really guess. But it's a real thing. I brought it home, and then my son got it, and we were both sick. Did we die? No, but I never had the fucking flu. I've never had a fever where I'm fucking chills all night. That's never happened to me. Okay, so don't tell me it's the same thing. I've never gotten anything like that. I felt like I was beat up by a baseball bat. Don't tell me it's the same as a flu. The people post in their Instagram stories, enough already, I'm done with this, I'm over this. And you fucking retard, we're all over it. It's not someone's fault. It's not a government's fault. It's not an agency's fault. It's a virus that's dictating what we do because it spreads like wildfire. And when you get it, some people die and some people don't. My daughter's boyfriend's household, 6 people got it. 4 survived, 2 didn't. Now, you think they knew that was going to happen? No one knew. Neither do you. You don't know, but you fucking read some goddamn link that one of your retarded fucking friends sent you, and now all you guys are scientists. How about just let's all work together and get through this? You know, we could have went back to work probably fucking 9 months ago if the 50% of the fucking pieces of garbage in this country didn't think it wasn't real. If you guys all pitched in and we're like, let's work together, man. Let's just do this together. But no. Oh, well, everybody's wearing masks and it still doesn't work. No, because half of you walk in stores complaining that you got to wear a mask and my freedom. Like, you're so dumb. You don't understand when someone owns a business, they can tell you don't come in if you don't have a mask. They're in control. You have freedom right up to that door, you fucking moron. But you want what you want. It has to be what you want. You don't want to wear a mask, so that's it. You don't want the virus to be real because I have to work. I get it. We all get it. We all want to work. We want to go to fucking shows. We want to go to the movies. We want to live life. We all get it. But if we all pitched in and worked together, we could be doing that shit. But you know why they can't open up at full capacity? Because you fucking retards are walking and go, it's not a thing. I don't have to stay socially there. Fuck that, I'm not wearing a mask. So they have to close it down because you assholes won't play along. We could have worked together and got through this, but you didn't want to. And that's why we're where we're at. Stop blaming everybody else. It's your fucking fault. Stop telling me it's the same thing. Some dumb fucking rag cunt put in, and I wanted to avoid that word, but I couldn't. I was trying to come up with another one. That's it. That's what I came up with. She said in her stupid fucking Instagram post, the flu is real, cancer, bronchitis, all of these things, and we don't stop the country. It's like, that's how mentally dumb you are? Bronchitis is real? Like some people say, well, cancer, we do. You can't. You don't catch cancer. You unfucking believable. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable that we're still fighting it, and you all know why we're still fighting it, because someone told you that it's not. That you can't believe in it, because if you believe in it, then you're acknowledging this other side that you can't acknowledge anymore. 5 years ago, we went from, I guess I can see what you're talking about. I don't agree 100%, but I can see what you're talking about, to no. If you say it, it's 1,000% wrong. Fuck you. You're anti the America if you say anything that we don't believe in. Somebody came up with that. I don't know where it came from, but you people are pieces of shit humans. If you can't sit there and honestly look at something and go, you know what, man, it's fucked up, and I wish that I could open my business, but it's really killing people. You can't do that. I don't want to keep going on this, but if you're a piece of shit human being, look yourself in the mirror. You could talk to all your friends, wave your fucking banners and your flags, and put all your fucking, fucking paraphernalia on your walls, how American you are. But when you look in the mirror, just know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's it, Joe.
That shit was hot. That was a hot corner, man. I like the end. Be like, if you're a piece of shit human being, look at yourself in the mirror, as if the guys could be like, watch this. Wait a minute, I'm a piece of shit human being. Yeah, what do I gotta look in the mirror and say? Yeah. Well, they all think they're patriots. I'm a patriot. Yeah. Bronchitis was a stretch. They got bronchitis out there.
Yeah, that's what it said. It said it's the flu. There's the flu. There's bronchitis and like 2 other things. It's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. You can't. They're never gonna change. I just hope that we're finally vaccinated enough where we can get back to normal. That's all I hope. But we won't know until everything opens up. It's still.
But that's the thing. See, last year this became political. So if you were a Democrat and you suggested we close down the government, close down the country to slow down the spread, you were doing that because you were a Democrat. Libtard, blah, 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 right?
That's just the exact term. What are you? Actually, I'm a libtard.
Yeah. Oh my God. So right there. So no matter what, you can be like, no, we want to be cautious. But if from the beginning, if it wasn't made to be political from the beginning, and we said it's gonna run through our country, but we can slow it down if we work together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the Michael K show.
No, we don't work together. It really showed how ununified we are. Like 100%. I was talking about it with somebody because like the amount of deaths every day. You know what I mean? The thousands. Like if you just like took this virus and say it was like terrorists, like put it as people,
right,
killing thousands of people every day for a whole year.
Right.
Like, would you think it? You know what I mean? Like, we'd probably be shutting down some sort of neighborhoods if there was terrorists. If there was, I mean, there's war happening here.
Yeah.
Be right. Like, why I got shut down my bar? Well, because the jihadists have been mowing people down with firearms. Yeah. We just figured probably not good to have happy hour. It's not a happy time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they can't accept this.
Because from the very beginning, because it's like this. I've used this example. I mean, it's how if you own a home and you want to build a pool, you have to put a gate around it. You have to fence in your pool,
right?
Because people wander into your pool and die. Little children get away from their house and they drown. Some maybe a mentally handicapped person, an older person with Alzheimer's, doesn't know, walks in and falls into the pool. It's to protect people from just wandering into the pool. So you can be like, the fuck out of here. Protect yourself. I ain't paying no money for a fucking fence. Right? And you're going to get many, many retardos to be right along with you. Like, yeah, fuck that. Get your own kid under control. I got to build the fence for your fucking family. That's what they'll all chant and they'll carry signs and go to town hall meetings and go, we don't want to put up a fence. We're not doing it to protect people. Protect yourselves. That's just, all right. So there's that many people, and there's people who are going to agree with that. But there's little children that maybe lived 2 houses down that were playing in the backyard, got curious and drowned. Like so you want to be a part of society. We're all in this society together. We'll just put a fence around your pools. We don't want a pool in my house. We don't have a pool because I don't want anybody to drown, but I don't want someone to walk over to your pool and drown. So why don't you can have a pool, just put a fence up so an old person doesn't wander. Someone who's mentally handicapped doesn't realize they don't know how to swim. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all we're asking. Just to be we're all in this together. Fucking.
Well, no, that's the problem. Like that's the problem because like even the last CDC director. I mean, there's been a lot of news coming out now. There was a guy that worked in the government in China that said this was a lab. Release. He believes it was released from a lab.
I saw that.
The CDC head, the old one, believes it. I've heard podcasts where people believe it's like we're doctors and epidemiologists. We're like they just think it's a lab because it's weird how like it's like an inside virus, but outside you're fine. It's like it's too modified. You know what I mean? It's not like and you're thinking, you're like, all right, say this was like biological warfare.
That's not what they were saying.
But they're saying that it could have come with this lab is where they try and create bioweapons for biological warfare.
But they're also saying there's labs that create viruses to learn how to fight viruses.
Right. But my point what I was getting to is like we'll just say it wasn't done on purpose. Right. We just gave them so much ammunition to what will happen if it is done on purpose. How we will totally like turn on ourselves. Right. And crush ourselves as long as you get the right propaganda going. Like, America isn't going to join forces to do the right thing. they're going to go to their factions. And it's like, you gave the enemy so much ammo and showed how we're not even united. So that scares me, because it's like, China could be like, oh, shit.
Well, you know what it shows? It shows that this whole America, land of the free, home of the brave, we are just here. We're the country that everybody wants to be, man. You want to come here and live the American dream? You're full of shit, man. You're all about your own fucking self. That's all you are. And if it affects you in any way that you don't feel like being affected, then you ain't going for it.
These are the same people that want guns to protect themselves at home, but it's like you don't want to wear masks to protect yourself anywhere. It's like,
no.
Hey, the only thing that saves, you got to get good guys saved, from bad guys. It's like, how come you guys aren't like that with COVID? Like, why aren't you all protecting?
Right.
I don't know. It's sad.
Well, my whole analogy with the pool thing is that you're always going to get people to rail against anything that. It's like, yes, you can make a valid point that I don't want to pay money to put a fence up around my pool. You can, but if you make a more broader societal, we're in this together, man. Now, should there be maybe, since we do want to protect each other, should there be maybe like a subsidy that the government will, give you tax breaks on a fence, that kind of stuff. That kind of thing. I'm just using that as an example. Maybe there's things that we can work to say, yeah, this has to be done for society's safety, but the government's going to help give you a couple tax breaks. If you put a fence up, you get 5 years of, you can write it off for over 5 years. Oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you put up a $1,500 fence, you get to write that off for 5 years. All right. That, you got a little something. You're helping society. You're protecting the kids and the people in the neighborhood so they don't fall in your pool. You're getting a pool, and you're getting a little tax break. But people, if they don't want it, if it affects them in any way, shape, or form, they just will find a bunch of people. They don't give a fuck if it makes sense.
They just don't. They just have such a low trust of government in any form that they're just like immediately detract from it.
Right.
Like both sides of people. It's like if one side says this is what we should do, the other side's like, yeah, wait, I don't know about that. That's crazy.
You know what, though? I want to say, but I hate when we normalize what happened here. Like, it's the way it's always been. It's not always been like this. It's not always been like this.
No, not always, but in the past, ever since since 2008.
Like, think about this. Even what was the one that was around with Obama? What was that thing?
SARS.
Was it SARS?
Ebola. I think he had Ebola and SARS. He had both.
I don't remember. First off, I don't remember it even being that big of a thing, anyhow. So I don't think it was that scary like this is. But
It wasn't as transmissible as this one. Like Ebola is deadlier, but is not as contagious.
Right. So I'm saying is I don't remember it being really a political thing that we all were buzzing about.
Because it didn't shut anything down. That was it. The moment we're like, we got to shut down.
I hear you, but I'm saying is that it never made it to us, to my ears, as a thing that we're all fighting about.
Yeah.
Yes. As soon as it came crazy, it started to spread like wildfire. If the person in charge would have said, this is something we need to get under wraps, our team of scientists and doctors believe we need to shut down, get our footing, because what we were doing, what was supposed to happen, we were shutting down to almost like close the door against the flood, right? Like, holy shit, it's like a storm's coming, put the wood up, you know what I'm saying? Like on your windows, embrace for the impact. And then once the impact comes, we're going to get together and figure out how we can live in this impact. At this impact. So that was what the shutdown was supposed to be. We were supposed to shut down so when the flames hit us, they would slow the spread, and then we can open the doors and go, okay, guys, what we need to do to work together is social distance, wear a mask, keep your hands clean, and let's get this. Now we can go back to society. But no, from the point of here it comes was, don't even worry about it. They just want to destroy the economy so I don't win presidency. And that's all it took That's all it took, man. And from that point on, no matter what was said to do to be safe, that side was like, get the fuck out. That's all a fucking pandemic, come on. And it just went there. And there was no way you can say anything to change that.
Well, that's the weird thing is like they can't even objectively look at it. It's like whether I don't care if you're Republican or not. It's like you got to admit that was the wrong guy for the job at that time. Just look at how it worked out. You know what I mean? Like he was the wrong guy for the job. He did a poor job. Honestly, I truly believe that was totally the reason why he's not president today. I feel like if he did like even 50% better of a job with COVID.
I say if he would have just been like, hey guys, hey country, this is a serious thing coming at us. Let's deal with it as a country, not this side, that side. From the beginning, from the time it was coming, it was us versus them.
Yeah.
From the time it was coming. And then he just kept stoking the fire, stoking the flames. The Chinese flu, all these things that were so unnecessary. You know why he did that every day? Because it kept the realities, it kept the loudmouths on the right and the loudmouths on the left arguing about wording and what they're calling it and the racism of it. Right? And we weren't really talking about, hey, can we get to fucking how we can stop this from killing us? We didn't get down to there because every day was a new tweet. The Kung Flu. Oh, you fucking racist. He's not racist. He's not being racist. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. And that just became about that.
It's just so weird how like just tribal we are and like divided and it's crazy. It's just crazy to me.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
That we couldn't join together to like do the right thing. It's like you want to tell people like you wish you can go back in time. Like if you can like correct it, be like even if we're wrong, even if it's wrong, even if shutting, you know what I mean? Like,
but I don't believe.
But that's the thing. I believe even if it happened again, say like 10 years down the road, we get word that there's another one. I'm telling you, man, we will not shut down until it's fucking out of control here. There's no fucking way. This country, it's the United States of money. You know what I mean? It's money. And it's like there's no way until we have to that we will.
We could have shut down temporarily. I believe shutting down was necessary, but temporarily. The reason why it was so disjointed and so fucked up is because Republican states couldn't go with what the science was suggesting because then they're bucking Trump. So they got to buck science, right? Mm-hmm. The Democrat states were like overcompensating, saying, fuck you, Trump, and fuck you, that side. You know what I mean? Like it was like this battle of political ideology and like, and I 1000% believe if it was addressed from the very top, this is a serious issue. We're going to get together. We're going to shut down just so we can slow down the spread. And then we're going to figure out, the scientists are going to figure out how we can integrate back into society, healthy, and try to live with this as we try to contain it. Yeah. But no one wanted to. It's like if there was a house fire and half the people in the house were like, oh my God, let's get out and put some water on it. And the other half were like, nah, throwing fuel on it. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it was never going to work if we weren't going to work together.
But even now, like Robin in the chat said, how are we going to beat a virus that keeps changing? It's scary. And it's like, so like, okay, we're a year in. There's a Brazilian variant. There's an African variant. And we're like, and the numbers are flat. They're what do they call plateaued, almost the same as they were this time last year. They're not spiking yet, but like we're opening. I guess we got to try, but it's like you want to tell people, but it's like, you know, just because you're sick of it doesn't mean it's gone.
That's my whole point.
But like we're already. Like you could see, like even Cuomo in New York. The only reason why comedy clubs and certain venues are opening up this weekend is because he's got sexual harassment suits. There's This is the only reason why he's doing. He's like, all right, we got to get some of this heat off me. So I'm gonna open up gyms and restaurants. I'm gonna legalize weed. He's throwing everything out there, man. He is like, man,
gambling.
What kind of world we live in when a fucking politician can't be a rapist? Come on. I was just pinching them. They work for me. It's what we do. Gabagoo. I'm Cuomo. No, it's scary though.
No, I understand, but I believe we can live through this if we work together. And the problem is that when you have half of society that doesn't believe it and don't give a fuck what you say, how are you supposed to integrate together?
You can't, dude. I see it when I go to comedy clubs. I'm very safe at comedy clubs. I wear masks the whole time. I bring my own mic. I don't go near fucking anybody. I'm a weirdo. I'm just fucking weird to everyone. Hey, mask off, this, that. You're like, what is happening here? You guys were trying to get this to work, not spread it.
That's the thing. You get the people who all they do is spew about how it's a waste of time, ridiculous. And then when you're like, well, wait a minute, it doesn't work though. It's not working because you're not helping.
Yeah.
The reason why things are spiking and things get bad is because half of you aren't helping. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was if the boat was sinking and half the boat was chucking out the water and the other half was just sitting there drinking wine, it's like, we're gonna drown, right, guys? Can you help get rid of this water?
Yeah.
If everyone's not gonna help, man, that's the whole thing, and that's why it started from the top. Yes, with the conspiracy theories and the way people are, there would have been a small fraction who would have thought this is all horseshit anyhow.
Yeah.
But with the way it went down and the way it continued to go down, even to this day, from that fucking piece of shit human being, he took his fucking zombie fucking warriors and told them this is what it is. They will not believe. You could die. Their mother can die of COVID and they'll say, she had high blood pressure.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
That's the weird thing. They're right to lifers unless it's, it's like they're all about life and not killing a life unless it's grandma during COVID or your fat cousin with diabetes. Other than that, we're right to life. We want.
Yeah. Another thing, it's a funny thing when it comes to right to life. Most of the mooks that are Trump supporters in this area, they're not right to lifers. They're not fucking Bible thumpers. They don't give a fuck about abortion. Most of them. Most of the right wingers that live up in here, the fucking mooks out on Long Island who still have their flags out in front of their lawn, they never cared about abortion. The only reason they're anti-abortion is because they know it makes liberals angry.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that thing is fuck you, liberal. They don't care about the topic. They don't care about the issue. They just know that it's a liberal thing, so fuck you.
Yeah.
So I've never heard half of those people that spew right to lifers now. It's like, you? The fuck out of here. I never heard you talk about it at all. Now you're a fucking right to lifer?
Robin in the chat said, are we the only country who doesn't have any kind of hold on this? No. They're all fucked up. I have a friend in England. England and Italy, they keep doing we're going to open up 100%. And then they got to shut down 100%. We're trying to do a slow, gradual one. I don't think anybody knows the fuck to do. And they all are fighting over there just like we are. You got riots in the streets. You know what it is? And just to because I don't think all people that are against it are crazy. Like, I don't think all of them on that side are crazy because I try to put myself in the shoes, like, say I'm an entrepreneur. Like my business is like a local business.
Right.
Like, I sunk my life into it. I say I'm like 55, hitting 60.
Right.
Like, I'm not a millionaire. I just make enough money to get my shit together. And it's like, I'm just shut down. And it's like, they're like, oh, you can just build back up. But it's like, it's not that easy. Like,
and
you know what I mean? And it's like, I can see myself.
Of course. I mean, that is so normal. Listen, man, if you own a business, young entrepreneur, you had a business for 30 years and you're losing it, a restaurant, you're fucking people. Of course, you're like, fucking, what are we doing? My livelihood, my business I built for 30 years is going away. I get it, but you can't direct that at a fucking an agency when it's the virus that's fucking everything up.
No, I know. It's just, I could see where it's like I want to be open because I need to make a living.
If a tornado comes through your neighborhood and rips your neighborhood apart and your business is gone, you can't go to you're gonna go to town hall and be mad at the town hall. Like, I'm sorry, we're gonna help you try to rebuild it, but it was a tornado.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying is I understand that you're gonna have these feelings of or anxiety and losing money and losing things that you've earned your whole life. But to turn that and say it's this group of politicians' fault, that's why, like I always said from the beginning, the pandemic and what it would do to us financially, I would have never blamed Trump. I would have never in a million years said it was Trump's fault that the virus was, dictating what's happening. What I blame Trump for is his denial and his stoking of his followers to believe it's not real and to fight all the things that we're doing to try to make it go away. That's what I hate him for.
Well, he's even lost control of them because he even recently came out and said, I think you should get the vaccine. Yeah. I would recommend you do. People are like, fuck that. I'm not getting the fucking.
He came out because he got caught that he got it. So he had to come out. It came out that he got it. He's like, hey, I think you should get the vaccine. It's like, is it because you got it?
Yeah, but still, though, he got it, and he said you should get it. Either whatever the reason is.
But I think we're well past that now. But my point is that I would have never blamed the politician if Trump got up and said we're going to shut everything down, and we lost and I lost all my comedy work. I wouldn't have been like fucking Trump. I wouldn't have done that because I know what we're doing here. I believe in the process. However, I think it's so out of whack is because so many agencies weren't working together because you got politicians who want to make sure that new entrepreneur doesn't not vote for him. So what does he do, that politician? He hears all his constituents going, I want to go back to work. And instead of being the adult in the room and going, listen, I totally understand. You want to go back to work and I want to get you back to work. However, we got to do it smart. He's not the adult in the room. What does the politician do? I hear you. We got to figure this out. We can't close anymore. And then the politician knows that he's just doing that so he gets the votes.
Yeah.
He says what he wants, the constituents want to hear. Someone's got to be the adult in the room. Someone's got to step up and go, I know it sucks. This sucks. But let's work together to get through it.
Yeah.
That's the adult.
We got that now. Now at least we have, people a different point of view in office trying to push that and making it better.
Yeah. But I didn't want to go into the political part, but I was saying is, how I got to this anger was just how many people just still spewing a year later about it being the flu and about the masks are ridiculous and I'm done with this already. It's like, who cares if you're done with it?
That's weird.
Fuck if you're done with it.
I feel like a lot of those people got off social media. Like my social media doesn't have none of those people on it anymore.
I see a lot either. I don't see a lot. But I did see it on an Instagram story from someone who just started following me.
Yeah.
And I followed them back. And then I saw this whole you know what? If anybody knows me, there's one thing they know that I got to be honest and I got to tell you when something's on my mind. That's what she said. I was like, ugh, shut the fuck up.
Robin said, what do you think about the vaccine? Any reservations about it? No. I'm getting my second shot this Thursday, and then I can get back to greeting people with sensual wet neck kisses. Mm-hmm.
When's your second one? Is Wednesday?
Thursday, 1 o'clock. I may get 2 more. I don't know. Just
load them up.
Like I got the Pfizer. I may just get them. I may just because I signed up for 3 different things. I feel like as they roll in, I'll be like, I'll just get that one too.
So I'm waiting and waiting. Ritu gets me an appointment. I get sick. Can't go to the appointment. Today I get a text from the government. You're up. Just fill out and tell us when you want to come in. Like, thanks, guys. I still got to wait 90 days.
Yeah. Yeah, at least you have the antibodies, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can go around kissing broads
and
shit.
Walk through stores without my mask. I don't have to worry. I have the antibodies.
Yeah, you're going to go around and breathe on everybody. Hi. Remember? Hi, how are you? COVID free. Yeah, imagine I just start hugging people. I got the shot, baby.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let's get off. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is, man. Fuck it. We only got one thumb down.
Do we know who it's from? Because I don't give a fuck.
No.
Let me give you one finger up.
Well, YouTube's weird. Sometimes no matter what you put up, there's like I feel like if somebody sees you have no thumbs down, they're like, I got to give you one. Like,
yeah. You don't deserve 100%.
100%. Big one down.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Does your wife watch the show Manifest?
I don't know. I'd have to ask her.
So like it came out in 2018, and I remember, ask her real quick. But I remember, like, a couple of months prior to it coming out, it's on NBC. In 2018, I was like, I want to watch the show. Just the trailer and the premise of the show was very interesting. And then life is life, and I forgot all about it. You know what I mean? It's 2018, it's 2021. So I haven't even remembered that I ever wanted to watch that show. I never heard of it again, never thought about it again. And I was on TikTok, and someone had
she does watch it, just so you know. She said yes.
Does she enjoy it? Just ask her that.
Do you enjoy it?
So I was on TikTok, and someone posted the first scene of the first episode, like the first scene, and I was like, oh, that was a show I wanted to watch. I forgot about that from 3 years ago. So I looked, and they did 2 seasons, and the new season's coming out Thursday. The new season, so you get your second shot, and the new season of Manifest comes out. So I watched the first season, and I'm like 3 episodes or 4 episodes into the second season. I'm binging it. It's really cool, like, story, but it's really poorly done. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know if I asked my wife, do you enjoy it, and it's been like 3 bubbles typing for like ever.
She's gonna let
so
you.
She must be like, fucking no.
Let me tell you why.
She goes, it's so. It was good in the beginning, but as time goes on, it's kind of all right already. Like, all right already.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good. The acting is a little much. You know what I'm saying?
It's like corny.
It's just like, it's soap opera-ish because the storylines, the way they're written, but it's just so, every episode is just something's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, every episode, the whole episode, bad things. Stop, oh, bang, bad tomorrow, see the next bad thing. Bing, bong, shitty's bad thing, tomorrow, next bad thing. That's
just too much bad things. Like, no.
Too much.
Well, that was like This Is Us. I had to tap out of that. It was like manic depression every week for me. It was just like this.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I don't want to. I live sad normally.
Yeah, that is a tough show. I haven't watched it since season 4.
It's tough. It's like, how does this family not commit suicide? Like, there's just shit happening every day. Whenever they get to a high point, it's like, oh yeah, when are your dog's gonna die?
Let me take a pay.
Oh yeah, you had a good day. Now you're adopted. What?
Oh yeah, you had a good day. Guess who's blind?
Yeah. Oh, you're okay. You're adopted now. Guess what? Cancer. Okay. Oh yeah. Now how your dad died in a house fire. It's like, wow. Can't we have a promotion or something happening? Jesus.
So we got free tickets to a concert. Can we do something fun?
Got free tickets to a concert, but someone overdoses. There's always some sort of. I get it. You need drama, but it was too much for me.
Yeah. Well, that's like this show. I like it. I like it because I kind of like. I'm interested in where it's going.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck is this? I don't know. Oh. That's why I'm watching it still.
I like the show. I like where it's going. Where's it going? I don't know.
I'm saying I'm interested in where it's going. I don't know where it's going. I'm just interested in finding it.
That's interesting. If you don't even know where they're going, but that's what's interesting you.
Yes.
I'm so interested in where they're going. Where is it?
So I'll tell you the premise of the show because you don't know it.
Are they manifesting something?
No.
All right. Dumb
Manifest
name for
is
a show then.
no.
Okay.
The manifest is the list of passengers on an airplane. The manifest.
Ah.
The plane, the very first episode, you see them. They're at an airport in Jamaica. The flight is oversold, so they said if people want to switch to a later flight, they'd get like $400 voucher. So there was a family that was there together. A father and a son stayed back. The mother and daughter went home. His sister stayed back, and their parents went home.
Okay.
So they stayed back. So 191 passengers were on a plane flying. They hit turbulence. Fucking lights out. Looks like it's going down. And then the lights come back on, and everything's fine. The pilot then is now approaching JFK and says, I want to land. And the tower was like, "What's your flight number again?" And it's 828, flight 828. And he's like, "Again, what was that flight again?" And 828, and they're like, they've rerouted them to Rochester, New York's airport. They put them up there, and when they landed, they found out that they had been missing for 5.5 years.
Wow.
So
cool.
And now that's where the show starts.
Okay.
I
probably won't like it, but it sounds cool.
So I like that whole premise. I'm like, what the fuck? That's awesome. And then you find out that they all share these like thoughts and visions, and now there's people on the ground like that were on that plane that are going through the same feelings that they were going through.
It's very supernatural,
like this coming back to life thing.
Yeah.
So people are dying and coming back to life, and because they have to do something, and then they have a purpose, they have callings. So that's where we're at. But every day is a new calling.
And it sounds pretty cool. And my reservation is that my wife's way more forgiving than I am with shows. Like she can really give, and if she's on the so-so, like I definitely will be.
Well, it's because the first season was 10 episodes, and the second, I think 10 or 12 episodes, and the second season's 13 episodes. And it's just that. There's always something going on. There's always, what the fuck are we what are we doing here?
There's no breathing to like let it like.
None. Every minute there's a new thing.
I'm gonna have to check it out just to see what you're talking about. I'm gonna try.
And then the new thing is it's cheesily fucking solved. It's like a new drama, crazy. Oh my god, bang, bop, boom, bow on the end. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're wrapping everything up too easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things that would never happen. I'll give you an example. The last episode I watched, so the sister and the brother who were on that flight, older people, you know what I'm saying? So the brother has his little son, 10 years old, and they were twins. So it was the father, the wife, and the twin boy and girl, 10 years old. Mm-hmm. The girl and the mom went home on the original flight. The father and the son stayed behind. When they landed, he's still 10 years old. The sister is now 15.
Okay.
So his twin is no longer his real twin anymore, right? But the father and the son, the father's sister stayed. So it's the father, the son, and his aunt, basically, right? Okay. So they have these visions and what they call callings, that they're connected. They gotta fucking help people. So the sister and this other guy that they've saved recently had this calling, go get him, or whatever the fucking voices said. And they went into this bank, and this dude was holding up a bank. And they were there to get him for some reason. And then you find out the guy who's holding up the bank was also on the flight 828. And he's like in this depressed mode because his father died when he was away for the 5.5 years, and his life is just upside down. He doesn't know what to do. So he wants to get into a safe deposit box, and his brother disowned him since he was gone because he thinks he's the devil. There's no way you die and come back. You're a fucking freak. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So his brother's best friend no longer wants to be in his life. So he's at his wit's end, and he needs to get into the safe deposit box. His brother has the fucking key, will not give it to him because, again, you're a freak. You're not even real. They happen to go on this bank to help this guy because they followed voices, and he's a flight 828 passenger. And they go and find the brother. The fucking other people go find the brother because they had a calling that led them to the brother for some reason. And then they bring the brother to the bank. And all the cops let this happen. And then the cops come in. The two SWAT guys come into the safe deposit safe, into the safe. And they just let the fucking dude open up the safe deposit box, right? No guns fucking shoot this guy. He just held 30 people hostage. But they walk in, go ahead, open your box. Sorry, I didn't know about your callings. Opens his box to let him go through stuff. No guns on his head. Like, if you make a move, I'll blow your fucking brain. Nothing. Like a regular SWAT team would be doing. Then they bring him out cuffed. And he goes, can I talk to the girl? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And he brings the guy over to the girl who saved him. And they take his handcuffs off. Just let him talk for a minute with his handcuffs off. After just holding up a bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, none of this would happen. It's like not even close.
I'm with Rob, and I think I would never be able to follow this show. Like, I'd be like, what?
You would.
Rewind that? What's that?
You would, because you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. It seems very convoluted. Like, you know, whenever I see shows like that.
If you
like,
watch it.
Yeah, I'll try and watch it. Whenever I see shows like that, like I even think about this with Walking Dead. You're like, do these writers even know where they're really going? Or are they just fucking week to week like, what are we gonna? Okay.
That's what it reminds me of. Walking Dead. Thank you. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, like they're still walking. Like, it's like, what are you guys staying alive for? There ain't shit going on, man. Are you tired?
Yes, you know how like they build up a community, then somebody comes and ravishes and kills them all, and they start again. This is what it's like for these people. You know, today they squash their problems. Tomorrow's a new problem.
Yeah, Robinson, I'm completely lost. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I had a hard time following too.
Yeah, because everything I said doesn't make sense to you because you didn't see the show.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of show where I can be like, so this guy goes to a bar, buys a drink, goes home with a girl. It's not that kind of show.
There's a show I started watching. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I had to tap out because I hated the storytelling technique, but I liked the story. Did you ever see The Affair on Showtime?
No.
So it looked good. It was like the guy from The Wire and this other broad, I forgot her name. So they're this couple's married. They live in this beach community. This guy has an affair, and
the name so far is working.
Yeah. And someone winds up dead. Like after a while, you start seeing him getting questioned in the police station, but it's only like a small section of the show. So you're like, ooh, this is intriguing.
Yeah.
That this person wound up dead. So they tell it from his point of view, right? And then when they're done with his point of view, they tell it from the woman's point of view. It's like you have to watch the same fucking story again. That's a little bit different. Like it's a little bit more positive for her, and his is a little more. And it was cool at first, but you're like in episode 4, be like, I don't want to keep watching this over and over again, man.
So it's the same story from so many different points of view, or just
no? So like each episode, it starts off with her point of view, then the second half's gonna be his point of view. So like, say like the beginning starts off like she walks into like a store, you hear the bell ding, 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 and you see you follow her story. He's in it, you know. And then it fades to like a thing. Then you hear ding, 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 ding. Now it's like, oh, no, but he was in the store. It's like, no, I don't want to see the thing again. It's too frustrating. Like, it's like, I get it, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's good, but I got so annoyed with the double telling of it because you're like, oh, we're back at this cocktail party.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
See, like. I would probably be all right with that if the acting's really good.
No, the acting is good. I don't know. It's good, man. I'm going to go back, but I was like, I just wanted to throw my remote at the TV when I started like catching on to what was happening. I'm like, I can't do this no more.
That's why I have a hard time with the show Manifest, because some of the acting is not good.
Yeah.
Not all of it, some of it. And some of the stories are just a little too out there and then buttoned up too nicely.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's just it's kind of like it's cheesy sometimes.
You'd like
But
The Affair, then. I think you'll like The Affair. I want to watch it because it ran its course. It wrapped up. It wasn't like it was canceled. Right. So there's like 5 or 6 seasons or whatever.
So you know what's coming out now, right? This is tonight. City on the Hill.
The new season?
Yeah, it starts either tonight or next week.
I love that show. I didn't know if it was ever going to come back.
Yeah, man.
I love Kevin Bacon.
Pushed it back a little bit, but it's starting a new season.
Dude, Kevin Bacon with that Boston accent is fucking
so good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just like total Boston scumbag cop. He's just so good at it, but he's charming with it. It's like this guy's such a piece of shit, cheating on his wife.
Right with it.
But yeah, I love writers that could do that, like make that anti-hero that's like a Tony Soprano. It's like the guy's a fucking murderous lunatic, but he's fucking, you love him.
Right.
You know, like this guy's like a piece.
It's like the first time that was done, right? Soprano.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, especially on TV. Yeah.
But you were pulling for the bad guy.
Yeah, you're on the bad guy side. You know, I guess Goodfellas, you're like that too. But
that was a movie.
I'm talking but like TV show, that had to be Sopranos.
Yeah, Goodfellas, you weren't really on their side. You were just following it. The guy.
No, but you didn't dislike them. You did like them. You liked all these characters. You liked Henry Hill. You liked Tommy. You they're beating kicking a guy in the face. Billy Bats. You're like, this is great. You don't care about Billy Bats.
You know why though? I think because Billy Bats was a piece of shit.
Yeah, you don't mind when but like when Ray Liotta fucking takes that gun and bashes his neighbor in the face.
The sound is
I love it.
Bone chilling. It's
that
sounds so real.
Like I've always wanted to do that. Like not necessarily with a gun, but just smash somebody. Like just in the face, but like where you're like, and take that, you know?
Yeah. You got at the end to do that.
Yeah, like and don't do that again. Like I'm fucking enforcer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Typically, my fights, we both run out of wind, and we're like, all right, let's just be friends. Both of us suck at this. Just two husky kids on the playground, all in fucking baseball field dirt, like just coughing. Dude, let's just. I mean, come on. I'll give you a garbage pail, kids. Back. Fuck it.
When's the last fight you had? What age were you?
Probably the year 19, 20.
Okay.
First, the last real, from like 18 to 20. Yeah, I was actually talking to Justin about it recently because I was just like, you know, we're talking. I was like, I remember like getting to the point like I'm just tired of getting punched in the face. Like,
right.
Like it was. You know what it is? I hung out with kids that got into fights, and I always had to get into the fight because I was with them.
Right.
But my last one-on-one fight was in high school when I got a rehab. One of the guys in my band was like calling me a pussy, saying I'm a narc and everything because I got clean. And it was so funny because my principal, I get to high school from rehab. He's like, listen, man, so you're obviously out of chances. So he's like, you can't get any... You know, so I got out of rehab, I'd say like beginning of April. So a few months till graduation. I'm a senior. He's like, you can't do anything or you're not graduating. Like that. This is it.
Right.
So I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm a changed man, man. I've been in rehab. Fucking, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? God grant me the serenity and all that shit. Come on, let's go.
Come on.
You know, I had the courage to change the things I can.
And the wisdom.
You know, I have wisdom to know the difference. I don't even know if you know that. I had the wisdom to know the difference. And so, I mean, it's typical me, like you know, like when you're that young, you almost get good. So like I leave his office, I go right to the bathroom and smoke a cigarette. You know, I'm like, so it's like I'm already doing something that can break this rule.
Yeah, but in your head that can't. That's not the rule.
No, I mean,
Cigarette.
Come on. You know what I used to smoke in this bathroom? Come on. So I'm in there, and you know, there's a bunch of people smoking, and this dude, he's in there, and he goes, he just starts calling me a pussy in front of people.
Right.
He's like, oh, you're such a pussy, da da da, fucking put. And I was like, now normally I would have thrown my cigarette in his face, kicked. You know what I mean? I would have went right in, and he's calling me a pussy, and I'm like, you know, just doing nothing. And I felt like so insecure because all these people saw me. And I went to class. And I knew he was on co-op, which was when you got to leave school early to like go to a job. But I knew he was home. I knew he didn't really work.
Right.
So I'm like sitting there fucking fuming, just feeling like the biggest pussy. So I was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" She's like, "Yeah, go to the bathroom." I fucking left, got in my car. I drove to his house. I'm like, come on outside. He's like, "Why?" I'm like, I gotta beat the shit out of you. I can't have you do that to me in front of people and not fuck you up.
Right.
So he comes out and he's like, yeah, like whatever he said, like, yeah, I've been waiting to fuck you up too. So I'm like on his front lawn. So I'm sitting there and yeah, I fucked with him. I go, listen, man, we were friends for so fucking long. You know, we're in a band together. We never had a problem. Why do you give a fuck that I got clean? Why do you have to fuck with me? Like, why don't you just leave me the fuck alone? I don't even want to do this, but like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, I don't even want to fight. Like, why don't we just shake hands and fucking just leave each other alone? And he's like, all right. And he puts his hand out and I'm like, whack. And I just fucking pop him in the face. And he fucking goes down. Then he gets up. He's like, oh, you're fucking dead now, motherfucker. And he like pops me one, but I was a wrestler. So I just like took him down. I just started fucking grounding and pound, fucking elbowing him in the face. Dude, I dragged him over to his front steps. I'm smashing his face into like his concrete steps because I wanted his face to be cut up. Like I wanted in school tomorrow him to look like he got into a fucking fight. That was my dude. I had blood all over me. I fucking drive back. I beat the shit out of him. I leave him there. His neighbor comes out. What the fuck is going on? I'm like, see ya. I go back to school. I walk right into my principal's office. I'm like, I don't care if I don't graduate. He was calling me a pussy in front of everybody. I'm sitting there with blood on my. I was like, call me a pussy in front of everybody. I fucking couldn't live with myself. I went to his house. I beat the shit out of him. This is his blood. I don't care what you got to do. I'm going to get expelled, whatever. I just figured I'm going to come and tell you, and then you do whatever because you're going to hear about it. And he was just like, what the fuck, man? You were just here. Like, this is the same day, man. Like,
can I get my gold star back, Joe?
Yeah. And he's so whatever. I calmed down. They got me like a water or whatever, and I'm sitting there. And then he's like, "Just come see me tomorrow. We're not gonna do nothing today. Just go home and calm down." And then he wound up. I was like, he's like, "Why you got to put me in such a weird position like this?"
Right.
And I was like, "I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's done." And he goes, truthfully, he's like, "I don't like him either." He's like, "That kid's a dick." He's like, "But you can't be leaving school,
right,
beating shit out of people because we're responsible for you." So I basically had to have in school suspension for like a month and a half.
Really?
Like I just wasn't around in classrooms. I was like in school solitary confinement.
Yeah,
it was gonna be a month and a half. I think it only lasted like a few weeks.
Right.
Because I was like, I can't learn in this room with your retard substitute teachers. Like I don't know. What's not like I was learning.
Did he come to school with his face fucked up?
So the next day, I'm sitting there and no one really heard about it because there was no social media.
Yeah, right.
It was just so I get to school and I see him fucking bruised up, scratches on his face, fucking black eye.
Nice.
And I was like, it was just kind of like we knew what happened because the people that saw him do that to me in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And now I'm in suspended. Yeah. And then the word kind of got out. I went and beat the shit out of him because I just fucking couldn't. That scared me because I never saw myself like lose control like that. Like any other fight I had, it was like, I don't know. Like I had like, I fucking like almost like I wasn't even doing it. Like I was outside myself. Like I had.
Well, you know why? Because the insecurities that brought up. It made you feel like a punk, which is, to me, the worst part of any fighting. If someone cheats on me, it's more the fact that I'm a punk and everyone knows that she was cheating on me versus she left me. That part
right. If he called me a pussy one-on-one,
you probably wouldn't have fought.
But it was like all my buddies, all the people.
And that you didn't do anything makes you feel like a pussy.
I felt like I couldn't live with myself. And
you start replaying that in your head, like, what could I have done differently then? And you start like, nah, fuck this. This is going to be eating. It's like the movie Dazed and Confused. Remember when the dude was like, when he comes walking in, remember they come walking in and to the party at the field And he goes, wow, somebody's really toking the reefer. And the dude's like, what you say, bro? And he's like, no, I'm just saying someone's getting high. Yeah, me and my friends light up. Well, you got a problem with that?
Yeah.
And he kind of like, he pushed him and punked him out, and he could not live with that. And he was like, I'm going to fuck it. And he went, and he punched him.
Yeah.
And they got into a little fight because he couldn't deal with the fact that he got punked out in front of everybody.
No.
But that's a hard thing to do when you're a teenager. And the older I got, I realized, what are you punking me out? I don't give a am I here to so I'm here to worry about what everyone thinks about me. And if you're in my life and you love me and you're a friend of mine and someone call me a name or whatever and you think I'm a pussy, then you're not really someone I want anyhow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As you get older, you talk your way out of it.
Right. I mean, it just makes sense.
Because it's just like I said, I was like when I was like 19, 20, like right before I got clean this time, I was hanging out with this dude Tony, and he just was a hothead, and I wasn't even really. But like every party we went to, like Tony's fighting with someone, and you got to fight. And I was like, Tony, I can't hang out with you no more. My face hurts. Like we're losing all these fights, man. Like because like it's parties of not people we know. It's like we're going to like Old Bridge. Right. It's like I don't know who the brawler is. And Tony was a short guy like me, so like when you're at a place where you don't know each other. So like one time somebody thought I was him. Like he was mouthing off to somebody. So I remember sitting there like fucking just high as fucking like this like lounge chair in the living room. And this motherfucker was like, oh yeah, motherfucker? You want to say shit? Get the fuck outside right now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like I was like, I'm like, you got the wrong guy. And I went outside. Then Tony was out there, and Tony started mouthing off to him, and we did get beat up. We got beat up bad. That hurt. And then one time, this is the last time I saw him. I actually looked him up recently because I was just curious. I'm like, is he in jail? He's got no social media presence.
Really?
I'm like, he might be dead for all I know.
Yeah, right.
Because like there was a place called B&L Billiards. We all used to hang out there, and whatever. Right. So my friend Erica's sister just got her driver's license, her younger sister, and she pulls up. She's like, look at my new car. We're like, oh, cool. We're like, hey, Jody, you want to give us a ride to 7-Eleven? Get some Snapples. We're all like stoned. So we hop in her car. We go to 7-Eleven, and we're in there. And we come out, and there's a car parked behind her car. And we get in. And normally people would just move out of your way. They see you're leaving. Yeah. They're not. So she's like, excuse me, can you move out of the way? And he's like, why don't you come fucking make us move? And we're like, I'm like, oh, man. And then Tony is like, this motherfucker, fuck you. Fucking jumps out. I'm like, here we go. Fucking goes up, punches the fucking window, breaks it, and just starts beating the dude that's driving. And they're fucking, then like other people jump out like with bats and shit. They're like, you want to fucking go? I'm like, bro, I just want to just move the fuck out of the way. I just wanted you to move out of the way. So Tony's beating this guy. I pull Tony off him, and now this girl Jody's crying. She's like, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. We get in the car as we're pulling out of 7-Eleven because they threw a snap, like some sort of bottle through her back window of her brand new car, shatters all over my back. We go to the billiards hall, get out of her car. We're just sitting there. Cops come up, and they're like, you. Come on. Just pointed all of us, took us down to the station. Right. I think it was Milltown Police. So we're all in a circle in the police station, and the cop comes in. He's like, all right, this kid's got glass all in his eyes. Right. So his friend's going to come in here and point in because they're like, who punched the window? But no one's saying anything. Who punched the window? Yeah. Well, we're going to have someone come identify who punched the window. So we're sitting in there. Guy comes in, looks at all of us, looks right at me, goes, he did. I was like, what? What the fuck? And he goes, okay, thank you. Cop leaves. We're like, all right, we're going to release you guys. You're going to stay. And I'm like, and fucking the cops leave. I'm like, Tony, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to beat the shit. If you can't let me take the heat for this, man. He's like, I can't get in trouble anymore, man. I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. I was like, I was like, dude, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You make me take it. And he wound up taking it, but it was like so funny how like I always fit the fucking description.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the. You're like, Jesus. But yeah, man, I stopped fighting because it just is painful, man. Especially as you get older. And I heard a story one time. There was a friend of ours. Like, I didn't know the guy, but we used to sometimes go to Jamesburg, New Jersey, to cop drugs.
Right.
And apparently, I mean, like, I got this whole story secondhand, but whether it's true or not, it scared me enough to not want to fight anymore. Right. Apparently, he went to buy drugs down in Jamesburg and got into a fight with one of the drug dealers.
Right.
This dude and punched him. The drug dealer fell down, hit his head on the curb, and died.
Right.
And he went to prison. Mm-hmm. So I remember just hearing that story. I remember I'm like, I'm done. My
father, since he was a correctional officer, used to always say to me, like, if I got into a fight when I was younger, do you know what can happen to you? That's what he used to say. Do you know what can happen to you by getting into a fight? Like, because I said to him, I punched somebody in the stomach. Like, in my neighborhood, I punched this dude in the stomach. And the kid, like, almost drew up. And he's like, my father's like, do you know you could do damage to him? To where now he might get sick and die because of you hitting him in the stomach. Yeah. And then you go to jail for murder. Do you want? And I'm like, nah, it just never clicked. Yeah. But I wasn't a fighter anyhow. If I fought 9 out of 9 times, I'm grabbing a weapon. I'm not fighting. You're not hitting my face. That's not happening. My nose is broke 2 times. You're not hitting my face, man. It's not happening. You're not hitting my face. I'm going to grab some sort of weaponry and crack your skull. Now, my grandfather would tell me, this was my grandfather's advice. Since I'm a little kid, since I'm 5 years old. Mm-hmm. If someone fucks with you, this is his words, crack him in the skull with a 2x4. That was his advice.
Anybody got a 2x4?
A kid, you don't even know what a 2x4 is. It's like I used to have a joke. I used to say on stage. I'm like, it was like, what do you got to hit him with a hard math problem? I don't know what the fuck. What 2 times 4? Go, dude. 2. What is it? Like, I'm saying like I didn't know what it was. But and then now it's like as I got older, I'm like, oh, well, I got to go to Home Depot. You wait right here. I'm going to the lumber department.
Listen, motherfucker, you keep talking. Wait till I get back from Home Depot getting something trimmed. Hey guys, can you cut this 2x12 footer down to? I'm trying. What size you think I need to swing it? I think you're 4 feet. 4 feet? You think I can go leverage? Would you like us to sand the end? Yeah, sand the end. Yeah. Pressure treat. I want this thing to last.
So that was my So either crack him with a 2x4 or hit him with a brick.
Yeah.
That was his thing. It wasn't, and my grandfather was a brawler, dude. My grandfather, till he was 60 years old, was getting into fights. My grandfather was a fucking brawler. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker would get drunk, say something to you, and he's fighting you. You don't give a fuck. My grandfather was 6'2", like 270 pounds. Like his hands were like, he's a fucking brute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so he was a fighter. He's always been a fighter. He would tell me stories that I should not be hearing as a child.
Yeah.
That he fucking was in the army in Germany, and he was at like this bar, and the MP police came because they weren't supposed to be out, and they came into the bar, and he's like, let's go. You got to get back to base. And my grandfather took, the big old stereos, like those stereos that you wind up.
Yeah.
Just took it and smashed the fucking dude in his head, split his head wide open. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. We're drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my grandfather would just tell me, hit him in the head. So that was my motto is
just weapon. Yeah, I mean, that's what Robin said in the chat. She goes, LOL, I was told to pick up a bottle because the streets in Philly always had bottles all over the place.
Always.
Yeah, see, I lived in East Brunswick suburbs. There wasn't really a lot going on. Like, I couldn't really grab nothing. Maybe a little debris from lawn waste. But...
throwing grass shavings.
Yeah. Just throw grass shavings and start pounding. Like,
hope you have allergies.
I remember one time I was getting beat up by a guy. It was like some woods party. He's just pounding me. He's got me. He's fucking just beating me, and I just start biting his leg, whatever it was, his arm. I forgot. I was biting something. I hear him go. He's like, yo, why the fuck you bite me? I'm like, could you fucking beat me up? Like, I gotta use everything, man. What the fuck?
I hate when people think that it's wrong. Like, no, the point is to not get hit.
Like, he was beating me. Like, I think today, man, it must be so crazy out there, like with all the kids taking MMA and jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai because the UFC is so big.
Everybody's choking each other out.
You don't know who the fuck is. Yeah. One time I got kicked. I don't like, dude. The dude had to know karate or something back then because all I remember is I'm ready to fight, and the next thing I know, I can't breathe. Like,
kick you in the chest.
Kick me in the stomach. Right. I didn't even see the foot come. I didn't see no body movement. It was like this, like, you ready? Just on the ground. Just keeling over. I was just, I'm like, what the fuck? They're like, dude, he beat the shit out of you. I'm like, oh.
But like, as far as like me one-on-one fights, I probably had 7 my whole life.
Yeah.
That's if. One-on-one. Now, groups of people jumping on each other, I've probably been in a few of those. But I remember I was like in 8th grade. I got into a fight with a kid who took karate. So he was new karate, and he kind of like beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how my nose got broke, because he flipped me and my face hit the fucking fire hydrant. It was like, ka-ka! And my nose was busted, and I'm bleeding, my face, I'm getting punched, and about 80 people surrounded us. It was like 9 o'clock at night, right across the street from my house. So 80 people, all like these gangs from the neighborhood, all came out to watch the fight. And they're like, so we're fighting. It's not really a fight. He's hitting me a lot. I'm trying not to get hit a lot. That's really basically what was happening. And he's got me, choking me. I'm on the ground, and he's hitting me. And I just remember like it was yesterday. Every time he hit me, everything would like flash. Remember, like when you get punched, it's like flash, flash, flash.
You start seeing stars like that.
Yeah. It just kept going, and I remember hearing it like in my head, going like tink, 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 like the lights, right? So finally, one of the gang members who knows me pulls us apart, like get off him, separate, go at it again.
Right.
And I had a ring on, and I pushed my ring up, and I punched at him, and I caught his lip and kind of ripped his lip. And he started bleeding, and then he wanted to stop because it kind of like I ripped his lip pretty good, I think. And he was like, "Yo, man, let's stop fighting." And I'm fucked up. I got knots. I got 2 knots on my head from hitting this fire hydrant. Every time I moved, I hit the fucking fire hydrant. And he's like, "Why don't you just tell your mom that one of these kids jumped you? Like this whole gang's jumped you." And this is my neighborhood. We're right across the street from my house. These gang members are my friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't beat me up. And I was like, it's hard for me to tell my mom that when my mom was right there watching the fight. Like, she's standing right there. Like, he's like, oh fuck. I was like, yeah, my mom's watching this. But I remember she was talking about bottles. There was this kid who fucked with this girl who was a friend of mine. We're like 16, and he was like really treating her like shit. And she was a friend. And I was like, yo, man, whatever I said to him, and we kind of went fighting, and we were like pussies. Both of us were like just laying on the ground, like a lot of moving on the ground,
wrestling, a lot of posturing.
Yeah, a lot of like scratching on the ground, but no one was hitting each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember getting hit. I just remember going on the ground like, motherfucker, no, you motherfucker. Like,
a lot of strawberries on the elbows. You guys have
exactly. My knee was scuffed, but that was it. So there was a bottle, and he's got me like kind of like half in his arms, and I just took the bottle and I broke it, and I went to stab him, and he got up and ran, and I'm chasing him with this broken bottle. You motherfucker!
You're like psycho compared to me. You're like, I gotta stab him.
Yeah. I pulled a gun on a kid. I pulled a gun on a kid.
Gun?
Yeah.
Like, I just used to fight. You got like murderous weapons. You went beyond 2x4. Grandpa's 2x4, bro. You're like,
he used guns too, my grandfather, but he
used guns. He started us off with 2x4s. Then we move on to guns.
We moved on to guns when I'm a teenager. So I'm in my neighborhood. Me and my buddy Diego, who recently passed away, we're in my neighborhood, and there's this kid, little kid Christian, this young little kid, innocent little dude, and he was walking down the street, and one of the gang members took his chain, his gold chain. And he didn't snatch. He was like, "Yo, man, let me see your chain." You know, like, you ever give that? Yo, let me see it. Let me hold that for a minute.
Robbed a few times.
Yeah, let me hold that. Let me hold that. And he's a little kid, so he took his chain off, gave it to this kid G-Rock, and G-Rock was like, "Thanks, man," and took it. And Christian starts crying, walking back to his house. So
what did he expect? You can't give anything to a guy named G-Rock and think it's coming back.
He's a little kid.
I know.
So we call G. I'm like, "G, come here for a minute." So G-Rock comes over to my house, and I have a 357, and Diego's got a 38, fully loaded to the max. And we put it to G-Rock's head, and G-Rock runs into my house. Runs into my house, from my porch into my house. In my house is my German Shepherd. So my German Shepherd is like, "Roo, roo." So G-Rock came right back out to the hallway where we were now with the guns. And we put the guns to his head, and he's sitting on a staircase in my hallway.
Wow, that's crazy.
Listen to this. So I got the 357. So he's sitting on the staircase. I got the 357 between his eyes. Through the railing, Diego's got the 38 to the side of his head. So he's got two guns pointed to him. He kind of thinks we're just fucking around because we know each other, like we're just fucking around, which I'm not going to blow his brains out. But Diego wants to blow his brains out. Now, in my old hallway in Jersey City, the carpet was green, shaggy carpet. Old school, 60s, 70s, long, shaggy green.
Did G-Rock just offer him the chain? Be like, "You want this?"
So I said, "Where's the chain?" He said, "I didn't take it." Like, we just watched you take it.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to fess up to it. So G-Rock doesn't know if we're just being dicks, because we all know each other. Are we fucking around with him? So Diego's like, "Let's just shoot him." I swear to God. Now, in my basement. I don't know why
I'm laughing. I'm just picturing two little kids with these guns.
We're 15. We're
15?
Little.
Yeah,
15.
That's pretty little for armed robbery or possible,
Yeah. So now in my basement in Jersey City was dirt. Half of it was like the equipment, like the boiler and the heater. Mm-hmm. The other back half was just dirt, a mound of dirt. So it was not finished, all dirt in my basement. So Dad was like, "Let's shoot him, and we'll just bury him in the basement." And I'm like, I swear to God, think about this conversation happening with a 357 at your forehead and a 38 at your temple. And my reasoning to not murdering him is the shag carpet. There's no fucking way we'll be able to clean the shag carpet. That was the argument.
We don't have a shampooer. We can't do this.
So this is me. Now, G-Rock, now it clicks that we're no longer really trying to fuck with you. This is going on to, can we get away with this?
Oh, my God.
The shag carpet was the first hurdle. The second hurdle, they were my dad's guns. And I didn't want him to get in trouble. So we came to the conclusion that it's not worth it.
I like how none of the reasons were killing a guy or you guys getting in trouble.
That's
your dad and shag carpet. I bet that's the first time shag carpeting has prevented a murder, saved a life.
And I remember, so we were like, "So where's the chain?" And he got honest, and he had drew it on my couch. When he ran in the house and the dog barked, he threw it on the couch. So we went and got the chain and brought it over to little Christian, and G-Rock ran home. Like, that was like a Saturday. Monday, I go to school, and I'm walking up the stairs outside of school, and G-Rock's like, "Yo, man, you were going to kill me, man. Like, you were going to fucking kill me, man." And I was like, "You should. He's a little kid, man. Why'd you take his chain?" He's like, "You were going to kill me." Like,
it's a little overreaction for the chain, Mike. First off, my name is G-Rock. That's what we do.
First off,
take chance. Robin said that's insane, but you really have you ever met a stable guy named Diego?
no.
And she
Boy,
goes, so you were debating what to do with the body while holding guns to his head. Brilliant. That's like a Tarantino thing, like where the guy's like, so what are we gonna do? We got to clean up.
But I swear to God, and it was like, and I don't think at any time in that moment that I think I was gonna kill a person.
Yeah.
At all. Not even a little bit. Not that I even want to. It's just the conversation we were having wasn't about him. It was more about the cleanup.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, I'd kill you if I didn't want to do chores. Like, you guys have no idea.
My fear, and thank God it's, didn't happen, is Diego always had something to prove.
Yeah.
He never wanted to be a punk. And by not pulling the trigger that moment,
made him feel like a punk.
You know what I mean? Like, that was after it all was over and said and done, I thought about that. Like, that's all it really would have taken.
Yeah.
Was for one more tick on the insecurity meter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the source of most fights.
And that's probably the source of most, killings of teenagers that shoot each other. It's that one little battle within yourself. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm not a punk.
That's I fought so much. Thanks, Ryan. Happy birthday from Ireland. All right.
Nice.
I because I was, when you're short, you get picked on a lot. But
right.
My big defense was I was always funny. Like, that's how I compensated.
Yeah.
So I got picked on a lot because I'm short, but then I would be biting with my commentary, and that would I just roast people.
Right.
A lot of times people would take it, but that's what would start fights. Like, what the fuck did you say to me? I'm like, oh God, here we go. But from fighting so much, I got pretty good at it, and because I had the wrestling skills from wrestling, I got some respect. Where it was like,
you were a little brawler.
I was a little, so it was like I was able to bust balls anybody because they're like, he won't back down.
Right.
And I would fight you even if I knew I would get beat up. Cause I just wanted to know, as long as I got my licks in, there was no winner. I wasn't getting a belt. Yeah. I knew no one was going to say you won. I just want to get my licks in. I wanted to mangle your face.
Right.
Just, even if you beat my face up, just so you know I'll fucking go down with you. But it was from being little and being picked on. You're like, I can't.
I never got picked on. No one ever picked on me. I was always the guy that everyone liked. So that's why
everybody liked me, but it was dude, I still get it. I'm fucking 46 years old. People will still shit on, just pick on me. You're just like, it comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not short, but I never got picked on. I was never bullied. Never bullied. I was bullied in grammar school, but that was just normal. It wasn't like that. Not no one ever really touched me. No one smacked me around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just wasn't like that. So I never really had a fight. I never really had confrontations with people because I was like the cool kid. Everybody liked me. I was it's Gaff. I never really was a scumbag. If I bust your balls, you would laugh at what I'm making fun of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one ever took it personal. Like, what, motherfucker? And I was very keen on that guy. The guy who wants to fight no matter what. You know that guy who just wants to fight?
Oh, yeah.
You're not getting out of that fight. So I don't get involved with the guy who I know wants to smack me anyhow.
Yeah.
You all have those guys. It's who's just looking for what? What's up? So I was saying to him, I want to go grab soda. Yeah, you better grab soda. It's what? What is happening right now? You know what I mean? That guy? You heard him fucking the way he said soda? I don't know how to get to this.
That's my buddy Tony. The things would just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is that guy fucking you think that guy's looking at me weird? I'm like, I don't think so. I think he is. Who the fuck is? I'm like, come on, man. He was just looking.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude.
My neighborhood, there was a lot of fighters. Everybody fought. They were tough guys. You know what I mean? I had a joke. I never really do it on stage. I always wrote it, but I never did it, where I wasn't the kind of guy. I wasn't the kind of guy to be like, yo, You want to fuck with me? You can. You know what I mean? Like I was never that guy. I
Yeah,
would be.
no.
I would be like, yo, you want to fuck with all of us? You know what I mean? Like, because it's a package deal, man. Like, if you want to fuck around, you're fucking with them,
Yeah.
not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting anybody. The last time I got my ass handed to me, I was 20 years old, 21. And it was because we robbed somebody, and I took the merchandise and sold it, but never gave the guys the money. And it went about 9 months to maybe a year from the time we robbed the guy. And a year later, I ran into all three of the guys. Two of them were friends. One was like this little kid who had grown up. He just got out of jail. He did like 6 months in prison. So he was like, now he's like 18. He felt like, fuck you, I'm not a little kid anymore. And so I saw them and I pulled over to say, what's up? And they were like, yo, where's that money? And it was only like $100. It wasn't like I kept $15,000 from these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I don't have it right now, man. Come on. They're like, yo, you got $100. So it was him, the kid. He's like, yo, I used to be like a little kid, but I ain't no fucking pussy no more. I was like, I'm not saying no, I just don't have the money. So I'm talking to my two friends, and out of nowhere, I can only assume, because I did not wake up until I was in my car, that kid hit me on the side of the head, on the face. And the next thing I remember was closing my driver's door and looking in the rearview mirror at myself. And my whole right side of my face was like 5 times the size in blood all over my eye, my nose, and my mouth. And this tooth was cracked in the back. My lips were busted open. I just looked in the mirror and saw that.
Jeez.
And I moved out of Jersey City, but my friend Diego was living in my old house. So I went there, and he ran in and grabs his father's 9mm.
Fucking Diego, man. All right, Charles Bronson, what the fuck?
And we went looking for them, and thank God we never found them.
Yeah.
But that was the last time I got hit. But I don't fight like I said, one-on-one fights. If I had 5, 7 tops, and I don't even think 7, 5 maybe.
I used to benefit from the fights because, like, I mean,
Broads?
anyone with broads, dude. Because I was never the guy starting fights.
Right. You were always defending yourself.
I was defending myself, and especially if you win, dude. I one of those girls I'm hanging out with for the summer. I don't give a. It was for at least a few weeks. You got a little shiner or like a little scratch. You know.
There is something about a little knot under your eye.
Oh yeah.
There is something that says something about that. Like I never really had it, but like I know a couple of kids that were already good looking, and they fucking knot, a little scuff over their eye, a cut over their eye.
Yeah, like a scratch on the neck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin said, "How about jumping people? Was that a thing?" I never jumped people, but I've been jumped, especially at like the county fair. Like there was always some sort of fight breaking out at the Middlesex County Fair, and I got like pepper spray, but like the residual effects of someone else getting pepper sprayed. Like I was with a group of people.
You were collateral damage.
They got jumped. I didn't even know what was happening. All I know is my eyes were on fire. I'm just like, I'm just like running around, like I'm like waving my hands at the mystery meat stand, like I need a towel or something. My eyes are burning. Give me some cotton candy, anything.
Way to handle that.
Dude, have you ever?
No, I never did.
Dude, it burned. I had it done twice. Both not meant for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was hanging out with this girl, Tammy, and her sister, Dawn. We were close, all grew up together. We were at Denny's. We used to go to Denny's late night.
Right.
Used to let you like have coffee and smoke cigarettes at like 15 in Denny's. Like they
right.
And so whatever, I don't know, something happened in the girls' bathroom.
Application process.
What?
That's Denny's application process. That's their recruiting process. They let 50-year-old kids smoke and drink coffee. They're like, they'll be back in 3 years for a job.
Exactly. But these girls got into a fight in the bathroom with some other girls. All I remember, I'm outside smoking, and I hear, fucking bitch, and like everyone's coming out, and I'm just like, dude, calm down, calm down. All of a sudden, girl whips out the orange pepper spray, just starts spraying it right in my eye. I'm just like running in. Denny's like, ah!
I love your reaction to pepper spray as immediate girl yell. Ah!
Bro, it hurts, man. Dude, it feels like someone's putting flames on your eyeballs.
Really?
And you're orange. Like, you look like you're hot. You're like... Yeah. Takes a long...
That's funny.
I don't recommend. But it was so... I couldn't imagine getting a direct hit. Like I said, I got dustings.
Right.
I got dustings of pepper spray. And, oof.
I know we used to jump people, but it was like I fought more. The fights I was in were with our group of people, with fighting other groups of people. You know what I mean? Like, I had no choice. All my friends are fighting. I'm fighting. And I didn't mind that. I liked that. I mean, I liked groups of people. I hated being with, like, the one guy who's loud and wants to fight everybody. And I don't want to fight, like your friend Tony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember we were driving in North Bergen on Berglund Avenue. It's a beautiful, sunny day. I'm in the passenger seat of my friend's car. We got music playing. We're, like, singing. It's like a movie. And in the back seat is this dude, Kevin Murgatroyd.
Kevin Murgatroyd sounds like... I keep thinking that Heavens to Murgatroyd. It was that cartoon.
Yeah, I forget who did that. But, yeah.
Kevin Murgatroyd. Half robot, half Jersey City thug.
And thug, he was, dude. He came out with his knuckles. Like fucking, he just came out of the room with knuckles.
Even Diego didn't bring his gun when Kevin Murgatroyd was in town.
No, you're not fighting Kevin Murgatroyd.
No.
He was a fucking tough kid, man. And he was like that scrappy fucking Jersey City.
He takes G-Rock's jewelry. That's Kevin Murgatroyd.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Kevin Murgatroyd was a tough kid. So we're driving. Kevin's in the back seat. He's in the back middle. My friend Tommy's back here and another kid's over here. My friend's driving. I'm in the passenger seat singing, loving life. Windows down with Berglund Avenue broads, fucking Puerto Rican chicks, Cubans.
Sounds heavenly.
It's beautiful. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. We're having fun driving, and I don't hear what's going on. Kevin looks out the window, and there's some kid, some kids on the fucking corner, and he starts, fuck you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And these kids are like, I don't hear none of this. You can start to feel tension. And I was like, I put my head out the window to see what was going on. And there was this kid with his fucking skateboard. Dunk right on top of my head. And I was like, what is happening? What just happened? We were just those Cuban broads. Like we were in heaven. And I just, 1 second, dunk.
Yeah, how could you be mad in Cuban broad heaven?
What are we doing?
This is a positive environment.
So positive. Yeah. There's empanadas. I mean, what is happening?
Empanadas and Cuban broads. What could you be angry about?
Exactly. And I just remember Kevin like, you motherfucker! And he went to go get him. And then this kid, thank God the driver was a pussy. And he took off like no fighting. But I got the hit in the head. I got hit in the head with a skateboard. Because Kevin didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, he probably hit Murgatroyd with the skateboard and probably bounced off. He's like, is something...
No, Kevin was in the back middle seat, so he never even got hit. He just did a lot of yelling. But that night, they get people together, and they went up. This happened in Union City, not North Bergen, Union City. So they go up to fight kids. They didn't even go near... Like, all the people from my neighborhood were, like, going up to fuck people up from up there for fighting, for me getting hit and Kevin getting pissed off. But there wasn't those kids. They went to, like, 15 blocks away and just fucking beat those people up. Just beat the shit out of a bunch of other kids. Fight. Yeah, they went, let's fuck these people up. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, you're paying a price for what happened 12 hours ago. Nowhere near here.
Those are
Good
fun
old
times.
days.
The good
Fun
old
times.
days. Oh my God, we're almost at 2 hours.
I seen that.
It's a good birthday podcast. Had fun.
Joe, happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you.
Did you just turn 46? 47.
46.
48.
46.
46?
46 years old. Born
You've
1975.
been lying, though. It's like you've been lying for the past couple of years about your age.
No, I never lie about my
You
age.
do.
No, people
you
just
do.
tell me I look great and younger. I can't help that.
It's not what happens.
Always.
I'm not saying they don't, but that's not what I'm talking about. I ask you your age, you're like, I don't know, it's 44, 40. You've been like pushing it back years, so you say 46. Why do I feel like our ages, the gap is growing?
Well, I don't know. I was born March 28th, 1975. That would make me 46.
All right.
46, and I look great. Okay, I say. I was told I look like I'm in my 30s, and I'll take that.
Hell yeah, anytime.
Hell yeah. Well, my stepson was shocked. Justin's like, holy shit, you're 46? I thought you were like in your 30s. I'm like, somebody wants some money. No. Give it to him. Thank you, Robin. Happy birthday. Yeah, I got an hour and a half, and I can get more cake in while it's officially my birthday because the calories don't count when it's birthday.
Absolutely.
I got this chocolate cake from Wegmans. Bruh.
Really?
So good. We didn't even have candles. This is like last year's pandemic birthday. We didn't have cake mix.
Right.
And we couldn't go out, so I just had like a bowl of ice cream myself in my office. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Today, me and Kerry just had my little chocolate cake we got from Wegmans, and no one was around, so I just took a barbecue lighter and held it up and sang "Happy Birthday" to myself, and then blew it out. Hey guys!
Hey,
these are unprecedented times.
Carrie wasn't around for it?
She was standing next to me. She just
Oh, I tell you, that's nice.
yeah. I started the singing, because I don't think she was. She was just looking to get into the cake. I started the chant for my birthday. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna do that. Happy birthday, Joey." Cut the cake. Blow the fucking thing out. Let's go.
Cake.
All right. Yeah. You're 46. We need to sing. Shut up. Anyway. I got to gig this.
You have a wife. You have a wife, and like that's the one downfall. Like I haven't had a real like a birthday, like a birthday thing, like where somebody does something for me. Oh, I don't even remember. I cannot tell you the last time. Yeah, I have kids. My kids love me, but they're kids, man. Listen. You love your mom, right?
Yeah.
But when it's her birthday, you barely remember it. Like, say happy birthday, mama, I love you.
I only remember because it's 3 days before mine, so it's easy.
So when was her Thursday?
Yeah, 25th.
Okay, so a day before my son's. But not that you don't remember. I remember my mom's birthday, but it's not like it says happy birthday, mom. It's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Like unless they're spearheading something for themselves, what are you doing?
Yeah,
right?
I took her shopping.
That's nice.
Went out and bought her a bird bath and a bird feeder. I let her pick it out.
Nice. But for the most part, especially when you're 20s, where you
don't
know
care.
what I mean? You don't think about it. And so my daughter will be like, Dad, I love you. Happy birthday. She'll do something. She'll try to do something special. And it's always sweet. But it's for the most part, I'm just chucking along with myself. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. It's been so long that I remember turning 40 and everybody was like, oh, you're turning 40. I remember working at Home Depot. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? And that made me feel so shitty about myself.
Yeah.
For the week before my birthday because I wasn't doing anything. Like I don't have nobody to do things for me like that. Or hey guys, I'm turning 40. I'm a fucking adult man. I'm not gonna throw myself a party. You know what I'm saying? So like, unless you have a woman in your life that loves you and's like, I want to do 40. I'm gonna do something for his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
You were involved in Kerry's surprise party for me, getting me there. Remember?
Right.
That was like my 40th.
Well, that was your 40th, right? Yeah, exactly. But I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Kerry, you wouldn't be having no fucking surprise party.
No, dude, no.
Because We don't do that for each other. Guys don't do that.
No, I was gonna all my friends recently got COVID, but I was gonna this Saturday. It wound up being too cold to do, but I was like hoping the weather had been good on Saturday to
Like a
have a
little
hang
barbecue?
with the UFC barbecue for my birthday. Like I'll throw myself a birthday party. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just have friends over.
Now, maybe I would do that. Like, hey man, like I've done that. Like, dude, I'm having some burgers. My birthday's in July. I'm gonna have some burgers. Want to come over and hang?
Yeah.
Because my daughter will be like, "What are we doing for your birthday?" And I'm like, "I guess I'll do a barbecue." But I'm talking about like your wife did for you for your 40th.
I still can't. I was just talking about that the other day. I still can't believe.
Did I take you, right? Didn't I take you?
You and James did, because it was supposed to be. I was doing a shitty gig. I was gonna headline a shitty gig at a Italian restaurant, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I was telling somebody the story. I said, because I was so dejected because it was such a shitty gig, and I'm like, I'm walking in dejected, not like happy to be at a gig. Like I'm like, let's go bomb, let's just get it. And it's like, and I'm sitting there because you weren't supposed to be on the show. And I'm like, Mike's gonna make fun of me the whole time about my bomb.
I was there at a show that I wasn't on. You're like, come on.
And then because I knew, you never know what you're gonna get with these. It's like, oh, it's a family party bomb. It's like, I'm just gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear it. And I remember walking in and I remember the first person I saw was my niece, Mia. I'm like, Mia?
Right.
Because, like, the fuck are you? And then I remember I saw, like, Kerry and then my brothers and then my dad. I was like, surprised. I'm still surprised. Like, when I think about it, I'm still like, what the I mean, it took about a half hour for me to be like,
you're right. I know. Yeah, I remember.
This is the fucking, you guys. Well, the funny part was because, I'm like, I didn't want that gig so bad that like I just kind of like had it not in my head.
Right.
So like a few days before, she was like, "You got any gigs this weekend?" I'm like, "Nah, I got nothing." And then she called James like, "He don't even fucking think he has a gig." And then James messaged me, "Hey buddy, you want to ride up to the gig together Saturday?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
So James booked it, right? It was James' gig.
Yeah, she had James made the fake gig, but she was flipping out because I was like, "Yeah, I ain't got nothing."
Right.
That's how as much I didn't want to do that gig. It just was not even in my head. I'm like,
how beautiful is that? Then you're going in for the worst gig of your life, and it turns out to be the best day of your life.
It was, dude. Because that was the second time. That was the only time a surprise party worked on me. Another girlfriend years ago, the girl I lived with, like in my early 20s.
Right.
She tried when we were just dating, like at her mom's house, to give me a surprise party, but somebody at the meetings accidentally let it slip to me. So I had to do my awful acting, like, what a surprise! And like everybody parked there. Like I knew everybody's car. Like everybody had parked in front. I'm like, still, like I pull up, there's like people, like addicts, like smoking outside. I'm like, what is this?
They're not good at surprises.
Just a disaster. Because he was like, I forget who it was, but he's like, I'll see you tomorrow at the party. I'm like, what party? He's like, oh, like he could have like made it like anybody's party.
Like Billy's house.
Oh, Billy's having. Oh, you're not going to Billy's barbecue? He's like, dude, she's gonna kill me. Don't. I'm like, you just. There was so many levels for him not to tell me.
He wanted to tell you.
He was probably like, fuck Joe.
Absolutely. You could tell that. That's him like, I fucked up, wants to be in a drama.
It was still nice the thought though, but this was a legit it was possibly the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was just insane to be surprised like that. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I'm thank God I didn't have a heart attack.
I remember just being on the phone with Kerry. I'm like, just make sure no one's car, because that'll be the fucking problem. Your brother Chris's car right in front. Like,
let me tell you, I was so dejected about doing the gig. Fucking Kerry's car with her Kerry license plate could have been up front. And I would have been like, it's fucking I was so in my head. So in my head. It was going to work no matter what.
That's a perfect plan then.
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect plan. I think you can get any comedian with a surprise birthday, book them on the gig they're going to dread.
Yeah.
Because they're going to just go in and just like,
obsessed over that.
So negative. Like book you like a cop fundraiser.
Oh, fuck. All right. Like, this is bullshit, man.
Yeah, I just said that now. Every cop fundraiser is like, I don't want to take it, but what if it's my party?
Yeah, exactly. I will not take it, and I won't be at my party.
Funny, be like, all right, how?
You're gonna have to go fireman party for me to go.
You can be walking into every fireman or cop gig like,
And as soon as there's nobody's surprised, I just leave.
yeah, be like, it's fucking somebody else's party. It's somebody else's surprise, but like, surprise, be like, oh my god, who are you people? Oh my god, I gotta pee.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Anybody that's listening that lives in New Jersey, I'll be at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club Thursday night. I haven't performed in about a month and a half, so it should be interesting.
Nice.
A little rusty. Oh, Robin, why was I dragging the gig so much? Because you just performing in restaurants when there's no stage, you're on the floor and there's like red and white, and it's for a private party. They don't want you there, and it just never turns out good. I've bombed enough at those to know. So
yeah,
but,
no.
You know, we're comedians and we want the money, so we do what we got to do. So yeah, I'll be at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club this Thursday. I actually got a few gigs. I'm at this winery in New Egypt called like Laritas or something.
Oh, okay.
On April 23rd. It's an outdoor gig.
We have April 1st is the one we're doing, right?
May 1st. We're doing
that's right.
we're doing a AA fundraiser at the YMCA out in like Fairview Campgrounds out like in Western New Jersey, out by like Newton.
Okay.
It's also going to be available for Zoom too. So if you don't want to go out, you could. There's tickets available to watch it live at home. So
okay,
I'll put all that stuff on joefernandes.net. But thank you guys for watching live. You've been listening to All in Our Heads. Why does this thing never work when I want to click it? Wait.